Afternoon and welcome to the third and final match of Scotland Women's Under-19s Euro Qualification campaign. Switzerland are this afternoon's opponents here at the Falkirk Stadium, and we'll begin with the national anthems.
And now the national anthem of Scotland.
So Switzerland versus Scotland here at the Falkirk Stadium. Both sides are unable to qualify now after defeats to Spain, but it's a battle for second in this group, with both nations on course to retain their League A status for the qualifiers in 2026. On to the teams looking at, first of all, the home side for this game, and that is Switzerland. 3-0 defeat to Spain in their opener, but will be looking to continue a decent run of form prior to that. They went on to beat Czechia 1-0 with a goal from Janina Egli. They have made a handful of changes, 3 from that match against Czechia. Lorena Bart, Derin Degirmenler and Ida Ragusa come in to the fold. And a look at Scotland, who are the away side for this one, despite hosting this sort of mini tournament of 4 teams. Gary Doctor has made 2 changes from the 4-0 defeat to Spain. Laura Berry is out, Mason Clark dropping to the bench, Amelia Aldroyd and Olivia Chomchuk come in for the Scotland side, looking to bounce back from that defeat to Spain. A fantastic opener from them at Broadwood, saw them beat Czechia 4-0. So it's 1 win and 1 loss for both of these sides. Really a battle to see who can get second place in this group. A difficult task against Spain for both nations. And we'll get this one underway in a few moments. The referee for this one is Audrey Gerbel of France. Switzerland come into this one, as I say, off the back of some decent form. They were in League B actually for round 1 qualifying. That took place in Cyprus, but they cruised their group without conceding a goal. An 8-0 win over Azerbaijan was followed up by 3-0 wins over Cyprus and a 2-0 win over Estonia as well. Scotland on a decent run as well, minus that blip against Spain. They were beaten 6-3 by the Netherlands in round 1 qualifying here in League A, but then defeated Sweden 2-1 and then hammered Hungary by 3-0. So as I say, neither of these nations can qualify. Spain will be group winners. They face Czechia, looking to end with 3 wins from 3. But with both of these sides beating Czechia, it means that they cannot be overtaken. Even if Czechia were to win against Spain and pull off the impossible this afternoon, the head-to-head record means Scotland and Switzerland will be playing League A football. And we're underway here at the Falkirk Stadium. Early touch in midfield for Eloise Moran. Scotland continuing, it seems, with this back 3 setup. Georgia Gray on the right, Maddie Finney in the centre, and Ella West on the left as ball through, looking for Lisa Forrest early on, playing through the middle. Forward come the Swiss, but possession given away there. Gray into Burns. Ball back here with one of those 3 changes, Lorena Bart in goal. 13 appearances in the Swiss top flight this season. Played all 3 qualifiers back in October 2023 at this level, but had been displaced by Biederman, who sits out this one on the bench. Here's captain for Scotland, Brodie Greenwood. The 3rd captain Scotland have used in these 3 games. Lisa Forrest in the opener, Laura Berry in the second, and Brodie Greenwood taking the armband for this one. Ella West is up well, but a foul there. Emily Macy goes down. It was Ida Rugaza, in fact, player that was fouled. Here's Emma Egley. Cross to the captain, Janina Egley. 3 players with the same surname in the Swiss starting 11. Emma Egley, Janina Egley, and Lila Egley as well. You would imagine the most threatening of the 3, Lila Egley of Freiburg in the German Bundesliga. Made her Champions League debut at 15, Lila Egley, and got a cap for the A squad in a senior friendly against Poland in February 2024, aged just 17 at the time. Lovely footwork there by Lucy Burns, and wins a free kick over on the right wing. It's taken short, looking for Burns again. Egley was there to clear. Gray to take, held up by Lisa Forrest, and she'll win the corner. Very good hold up play by the Glasgow City forward. Turned 19 yesterday, Lisa Forrest. She's already had a fine start to her professional career. Corner's taken short. It's Connolly Jackson's ball, not a bad one. Claimed well by Lorena Barton. Now Switzerland will look to counter. Ball wide here for Lila Egley. looking to showcase her talents, but Maddie Finney with a fantastic interception and puts the ball into touch for the throw. Formerly of Zurich, Lila Egley moved to Freiburg in January 2024 and her career's been excellent since. Ball back here to Janina Egley, the captain for this afternoon's match, and scored a couple of goals in round 1 qualifying in League B. Just unable to find the target with that one. It was Janina Egley that was on the score sheets on Saturday against Czechia. Muratovic finding Emma Egley, back to Muratovic. A number of these players involved at under 17 level, the side that got to the Euro semi-final in Estonia in 2023. Switzerland beaten in the end 10-2 by France. Quite a heartbreaking defeat in the end, but fantastic to beat Estonia and Germany in the groups and get all the way to the semi-finals. Egley's ball across is claimed well by Eva Easton, who's been fantastic for Scotland across this qualifying campaign. Clean sheet for her against Czechia, and despite the 4 goals conceded against Spain, tremendous performance from her, keeping the scoreline to just 4 against, of course, the defending champions Spain at this level. There's Finney finding Ella West. Plays her football for Sunderland down in England now. So another that plays south of the border, Fallon Connolly-Jackson, who was so excellent in the opening game against Czechia with 2 goals. Back doing her defensive work there to snuff out Ragusa. Wallen up against Connolly-Jackson, will try to get the cross and did well to work it back to Ragusa. Miss-hit cross, but it will find Degier Menler here. And it's going to be turned in by Alyssa Keller. Scotland behind after just 7 minutes. And it comes really from the first attack of the game. Down that right hand side, nice work by Chiara Wallen and Ida Ragusa. And Luzerne striker Alyssa Keller turns the ball in after Scotland failed to clear. And a difficult start to this one at the Falkirk Stadium from Scotland. Alyssa Keller, the goal scorer in Switzerland, have their noses in front. Greenwoods forward looking for the run there of Lucy Burns, but just slightly overhit, and Switzerland will have the throw in. Frustrating start here for Scotland. Switzerland, of course, though, a terrific side. I mentioned that under 17 group, 9 of which were involved in this squad, getting to that Euro semi-final in 2023. Had a fantastic run in the round 1 qualifying in League B, as I mentioned. 8-0 win over Azerbaijan, 3-0 against Cyprus, 2-0 against Estonia. And only in League B really relegated at this stage last year after finishing bottom of a real group of death against England, Italy and Portugal. But clearly they are too good for League B level. 18 months ago they actually beat Spain in a friendly that they lost 3-0 to on the opening match. Here's Olivia Chomchuk stinging the palms there of Bart. First real chance of the game for Scotland. It was nicely worked, and Olivia Chomchuk is, there are real high hopes about at Hearts, currently on loan at Spartans. So unlucky there not to find the back of the net with that powerful strike, but it was good goalkeeping. Nice football there by Switzerland. Demir Genler in the end giving it away, and Scotland can come forward now through Georgia Gray. Lovely ball into Amelia Aldroyd, looking for Burns, but Switzerland cut it out again and will look to come forward. Here is the dangerous Leela Egley bursting forward, just ran it out of play. I mentioned that Switzerland side playing in League B. They've sort of yo-yoed the last few campaigns, but set to stay in League A now, and clearly where they belong, controlling the early stages so far. They did win their group 18 months ago as well. That included 17-0 and 15-0 wins over Cyprus and Lithuania. Here is Leela Egley to Janina Egley. It's now Muratovic. Wallen. Amelia Aldroyd pressurising in midfield there, just unable to win it back from Leah Camber, who's one of two alongside Leela Egley, who's made her senior cap, also in that friendly against Poland in February 2024 at just 18 years of age, playing her football for Basel. Here's Emma Egley forward to Leela Egley, lovely ball in behind. Ragusa blocked by Ella West, and good defending by the Sunderland central defender. Lisa Forrest will hold up here. Brilliant link up play, great strength used, and Scotland can come forward through Aldroyd, but just has the ball taken off her toes now, and Switzerland regain possession. Searching ball from Muratovic. Georgia Gray should see it out and does. Some great defending once again, as she's shown throughout this campaign. I mentioned that 4-0 defeat to Spain, who were excellent, but Georgia Gray did very well in that game in her 1v1 duels. Clean sheet, of course, for Eva Easton and the full back three against Czechia as well. Here is the captain, Brodie Greenwood. It's long from Finney. Headers well won. Scotland just not got going so far. Emma Egley. Back here to the goalkeeper Bart, who made a good save about 5 minutes ago to deny Olivia Chomchuk Scotland's real only chance of the game so far. Switzerland haven't had a barrel load either. They've got forward a few times to have themselves one goal to the good. Alyssa Keller's goal. The difference between the sides at this moment in time as we approach the 15-minute mark. Clipped ball forward, dealt with by Connolly Jackson. Emily Misi, lovely play finding Ragusa down the right, just couldn't keep her in. The overhit pass from Macy, 17-year-old who joined Lyon in the summer, currently playing with the academy, but formerly of young boys in the Swiss top flight. Looks like a real talented player, plying her trade with the French champions, albeit yet to make that first team debut. Good backtracking there by Lucy Burns, and Scotland will clear. It's only as far though as Janina Egley. Degir Menler switching play now for Ragusa, and Wallen's there. Camber finding Muratovic. Lovely football this from Switzerland. The strike from Janina Egley. Narrowly wide, but the Swiss controlling the game so far. They're impressed there. German coach Anne Poschert, formerly of Grasshoppers Zurich. Here's Brodie Greenwood, under real pressure here by Leila Egley. That was a great turn, just ran out of room. Leah Camber. Connolly Jackson forward, looking for Amelia Oldroyd. Scotland seem to be missing so far the attacking prowess of Laura Berry. It's been so good for them of late. 2 goals in the opener against Czechia. It's been on fire in the SWPL this season as well, but in the stands for this one. Perhaps picking up an injury or maybe being looked after ahead of a big old firm on Sunday as Rangers face Celtic in a huge clash in the SWPL. Big weekend as well with an Edinburgh derby and Glasgow City against Motherwell also. Well, one back by Amelia Oldroyd from Emma Egley. It's our first start of these 3 games. Oldroyd, the 17-year-old, who's at Burnley at the minute but on loan from Manchester United. Won the national title last season with the under-21s. Connolly Jackson finding West. She'll switch to Georgia Gray. Burns is wide but under pressure by Egley. The captain does well to win it back. Attacks just breaking down here for Gary Doctor's side. Unable really to get any moves going, and it's really been Switzerland that have played the better football thus far. Clip the ball forward now, down the left for the goal scorer Keller. Looks to knock it beyond Georgia Gray, but great 1v1 defending once again. Gray with a back heel. It's classy from the Partick Thistle defender now. Can Scotland break forward? Chomchuk and Oldroyd combining. Switzerland once again win it back. Maddie Finney with the header, and Gray forward now looking for Greenwood. Lucy Burns back to Easton. Scotland will continue to try and build from the back. Ella West closed down by Leela Egley. Looks like probably the most even contest of the three so far in Scotland's group. They were thoroughly dominant against Czechia, 4-0 winners. Switzerland, I believe, dominant in their game, but only winning by a goal to nil. So Scotland with the upper hand in goal difference coming into this one, meaning that they would only need to draw to get second position. The head-to-head would be the same, but Scotland's goal difference superior. After a 4-0 win and a 4-0 loss cancel each other out. Switzerland only a 1-0 win against Czechia, combined with their 3-0 defeat to Spain. But they certainly look the side that are a bit better this afternoon so far. Still plenty of time for Scotland to get going though. Connolly Jackson strong in the tackle. Oldroyd trying to capitalise here, and it's a free kick given against the Burnley midfielder. Battling there with Amina Muratovic. Looked like she'd got the better of the Servette defender. Oldroyd strong in the tackle again, but Egley, the captain, doing well. Now Wallen involved in the goal. Finds Emma Egley. Brilliant play by Olivia Chomchuk, and eventually referee gives the free kick. Scotland can switch play now down this right hand side. Georgia Gray knocks it forward looking for Oldroyd, who tries to flick on. Lisa Forrest so effective in the opening game against Czechia. It'll be about trying to get her on the ball in this one. 7 goals and 7 assists for Forrest in the Scottish top flight this season. Here's Gray finding Greenwood. Connolly Jackson for West. Gray doing well, stepping into midfield there to find her defensive partner Finney. Wide to Burns, clips one forward, the Kilmarnock winger. Just not coming off for Scotland thus far, but a free kick will allow them to get forward. Well, Scotland have bodies forward. The likes of Gray and West have gone into the box. It's Greenwood to loft one in. Won by Connolly Jackson. Georgia Gray's up, he flicked it on, but behind for the goal kick in that one. Again for Scotland, unfortunately coming to nothing. Bart short to Emma Egley. Great footwork there by the captain. And a lovely pass. Now for Ida Rugaza. And Switzerland come forward here for a second. It was well blocked by West. Switzerland will settle for the throw on that right hand side. A similar situation to how they got the opener. Clipped into the box by Wallen. It's going to come all the way to the opposite flank now. It's Janina Egley. Lovely by the captain. And Brodie Greenwood. It's on hand. Camber driving forward with ease there, and Finney clears at the front post. Switzerland are probing here, pushing for a second goal. Not a cloud in the sky here in Falkirk, but Switzerland are enjoying the early stages of this game. Lorena Bart into Leila Egley. Nice challenge there from Moran. Forrest, Chomchuk. Moran looking for Aldroyd in behind. It's much better from Scotland. They'll win a corner high up on that left hand side. Chance to get the likes of Alan Connolly Jackson forward, who was so effective against Czechia. I mentioned 2 goals, but her all-round play was fantastic down the left wing. Connolly Jackson setting up for a bit of a long throw here. Got a lot of distance onto it, looking for Lisa Forrest, and it's deflected behind for the Scotland corner. Greenwood will go across to take it, but some fantastic deliveries against Czechia from Scotland set pieces. Lisa Forrest was taking them from the right, Connolly Jackson from the left. There will be Brodie Greenwood over this corner kick for Scotland. Not a bad ball. As Bart came out, Connolly Jackson was there. Scotland wanting the corner again, but it came off the Sheffield United defender. But a bit more promising from Scotland now. Starting to get more of a foothold in the game as we approach the half-hour mark. Still Switzerland 1, Scotland 0. That early strike from Alyssa Keller. The difference between these two sides, Switzerland have been very good haven't created chance after chance, but safe to say dominated the opening 30 minutes of this match. And Scotland really with only a comfortable save of note from Lorena Bart to deny Olivia Chomchuk from distance. Delivery into the box, but it's straight into the side netting, and Eva Easton will be happy with that one. As I say, for all Switzerland's dominance and nice play, Easton not really been troubled too much. It's only had the misfortune of having to pick the ball out of her own net, but not really been tested too much. It's on terrific form against Spain. Made a real number of saves to deny the European champions. Oldroyd will keep chasing here. Clipped forward from Bart, and Burns wins the header straight into the path here of Lisa Forrest. Chance perhaps for Scotland. Lovely ball from Forrest, finding Burns. Can Scotland get bodies into the box? It's Burns looking to find Forrest again. Knocked behind for the corner, but much better from Scotland as the ball goes behind. Connolly Jackson will go across to take. And slowly but surely Scotland growing in this game. Connolly Jackson's ball. Great take by Bart. And Switzerland will look to counter now. Through Ragusa. Leela Egley's there. Plays her off Maddie Finney. Taken quickly there by Egley. She'll get it back from Wallen. Degir Menler there, finding Maturovic. Good advantage played there by the referee. Leela Egley's through on goal, and Eva Easton with a superb stop to keep her at 1-0. Strike from distance there by Wallen, but that one a bit of a let off from Scotland. The referee let play go. The advantage played, and Switzerland unable to round off the attack. We'll just see it again here. Lovely footwork on the left. Egley slipped through, but Eva Easton stands firm. And Scotland fortunate they've got their goalkeeper to thank there that they aren't 2-0 down. Oldroyd and Forrest just unlucky there. But Burns is on hand to win it back, and she won the free kick herself. Much better pressing from Scotland, the front three combining. Burns back on her feet. It's a yellow card as well for Janina Egley, the captain. Burns is up and okay to continue, just limping a little bit. The Kilmarnock winger. Clipped in by Brodie Greenwood. Connolly Jackson was there again. It will be a Scotland corner. A chance once more to flood the box. will be Connolly Jackson to take. Ella West is there. It's going to drop to Lisa Forrest. Oldroyd with a strike, just blocked. Back out to Connolly Jackson. Bends one. That goal, it's comfortable for Bart, but better again from Scotland. Good Forrest to maybe pull the trigger from the edge of the box perhaps. Did well to keep the move alive though, finding Oldroyd, and Scotland, as I continue to say, definitely growing in this one. Despite that though, Switzerland were probably the best chance of the game since taking the lead, and here they come forward again. Strike from Keller, the goal scorer, looking for her second. Denied though by a brilliant block, and Ella West. A good interception once again. Tend to play all of the first 45. Scotland trailing, but will be full of belief after trying to get back into this game. Couldn't get to grips with Switzerland. They were dominating the early stages of the game, but Scotland look back to more of the side that we saw against Czechia. And here come Switzerland again. Janina Egley winning the corner there. It's going to be taken by the captain, the Grasshoppers defender. Egley's ball, not a bad one. Just couldn't be fully controlled there. Connolly Jackson will win it back alongside Forrest. Clipped forward by Forrest. Oldroyd won her header. Good strength shown by Amelia Oldroyd there now. Comes Chomchuk. Connolly Jackson. Looks for Oldroyd, but that's classy from Emma Egley. 17-year-old defender Emma Egley actually scored against Scotland at under 16 level back in April 2023. Just under 2 years ago. Chomchuk ran into a bit of trouble, and here's Ragusa. Finds Leah Camber. Scotland with a chance to break now. Oldroyd for Burns. Oldroyd has stayed down. We'll have a bit of a breakage in play. Stoppage here as Gary Doctor can get some instructions out to his players. He'll be pleased with the last maybe 10-15 minutes, barring the chance Scotland gifted to Leila Egley. Here we see that challenge again, and just looked like a late one from Muratovic into the back of Oldroyd, who's still down. I think they'll probably clear to see that Laura Berry's been a bit of a miss so far for Scotland. It was a thankless task for anyone really to lead the line against Spain. Spaniards with all of the possession, wave after wave of attack, but really saw her ability against Czechia. The ability to hold the ball up, link play, bring others into it, and I got the best out of those coming in behind her, the likes of Connolly Jackson and Forrest, Burns and Clark as well last week. Oldroyd just been treated on the far side, but looks like she'll be good to continue. Egley. Dealt with by West, and lovely touch from Chomchuk to control. Now Gray. West just gave it to Camber. It's a midfield battle really being won by Switzerland. Muratovic. Nice football. Digger Menler. Lovely football there by Digger Menler. Cuts it back for Leela Egley, but Finney there once again. Coped with Egley very well so far. Playing top level football at Bundesliga level. Maddie Finney and West and Gray have coped very well so far against it. Eva Easton, of course, denying Egley around the half-hour mark. Just approaching the final 4 or so minutes. Lovely play down the left. Finney is there to block again. Gray now battling with Egley. Has to concede the corner though under pressure on the Freiburg forward. Egley's ball, not a bad one at all, but West with fantastic clearance. A free kick given there by Gerbel. So Scotland with a chance to regroup. It was 1-0 at this stage. On Saturday against Spain, and it was too late. First half goals Scotland conceded that really put them out of the contest. They'll have hoped to have learned from that and keep the game just at 1-0 as we head into the break in a few moments. Also punished Czechia though late in the first half themselves on the opening afternoon at Broadwood. 1-0 for a large portion of the first half, and then 2 Laura Berry strikes. Pretty much finished things off at half time. Czechia were unable to come back, but Scotland are well and truly in this game. Had started to create more chances and get their forward players into the game, and here is one of them. Brilliant from Lucy Burns. Forward looking for Oldroyd, just slightly overhit for Oldroyd. And the move breaking down the story of Scotland's afternoon so far, unfortunately. Connolly Jackson won it back well. Oldroyd, good hold up. Just looking for Forrest though, but Ragusa winning it back. Switzerland and their boss Posher will be content. Might feel that they could be even further in front, but 1-0 they lead thanks to the goal from Alyssa Keller early on in this first 45. Nice flick, but Connolly Jackson will get there first now. Eloise Moran was looking for Aldroyd. Just a misplaced pass, and once again a Scotland attack breaking down. It's just not sat right for them this afternoon. I'm sure they'll welcome a chance to regroup at half time. Far from out of this contest. And remember, a point enough for Scotland to finish second in this group. Neither side can qualify. For the finals.
There will be a minimum of 2 minutes additional time to play. 2 minutes additional time.
Spain 3-0 up against Czechia as we approach half time at Broadwood. But 2 additional minutes here at the Falkirk Stadium. And this the battle for second in what's been a really competitive group. But this fierce contest so far. Switzerland looking to double their lead before the break though. Gray with the clearance. Egley. Away by West. Now Aldroyd just unable to hold her up. Egley finding Janina Egley, the captain, scorer of that winner against Czechia. Wall in for Camber. Very tidy on the ball, the Swiss midfielder. Left there on the far side for Egley. Cutting inside, has the effort, smashes the crossbar. And Forrest will hook clear. But right at the death in this first half, that's a big let off for Scotland. Eva Easton's denied Leela Egley, and this time Janina Egley cutting in from the left, denied by the crossbar. And Switzerland may feel frustrated that it's only 1-0. That is half time. And it's been a real mixed bag so far. Scotland will feel disappointed with their performance, but may feel actually a little bit fortunate that they're not even further behind here. Switzerland have been on top at half time here at Falkirk Stadium. It's Switzerland 1, Scotland 0. We'll just take a look at some highlights of the first half. For the goal from Alyssa Keller. The difference between the sides, Easton doing well initially after the cross. Here from Ragusa. It was lovely work by Degger Menler, and then it just fell to Alyssa Keller, the Luzerne striker, who poked it home. Scotland came forward trying to reply immediately. Lisa Forrest doing well to knock it into the path of Olivia Chomchuk, but it was comfortable in the end for Lorena Bart. And Forrest again, she's been at the centre of everything. Good Scotland have done. Linked up well with Burns on the right this time, and the cross was just deflected, or put wide I should say, for the Scotland corner. And then a bit of a sigh of relief here as advantage was played. Keller slipping in, Leela Egley, and you thought that would have been 2-0. But there was Eva Easton with a fantastic stop to deny Egley. Standing tall, denying the impressive striker. And then right at the death here in this first half, Janina Egley, the captain, cutting inside, looking to continue on from her fine showing against Czechia, where she netted the winner, beats our fellow captain Brodie Greenwood there, but just smashing the crossbar. And Scotland may feel a little fortunate to only be 1-0 down, but they're still well and truly in this game. We'll be back with you in around 10 minutes or so for the second 45. But half time here at the Falkirk Stadium. It's Switzerland 1, Scotland 0. Welcome back to the Falkirk Stadium for the third and final match of the UEFA Women's Under-19s European Championship qualifiers. Here we see Scotland just returning to the park. Switzerland already out and waiting. They are 1 goal to the goods at the break, thanks to a goal from Alyssa Keller. We'll see one half-time change. It is going to be the goal scorer making way. Alyssa Keller, replaced by Leila Wandeler.
Player off is number 19, Alyssa Keller. She's replaced by number 9, Leila Wandeler.
18-year-olds plays her football with Lyon. Made a debut last year for the French top flight winners. Also part of this Swiss under-17 side that did so well a couple of years ago at the under-17 Euros, reaching the semi-final. So Leila Wandeler is on and Alyssa Keller is off, who is the difference maker so far. Scotland trail by a goal to nil here at the Falkirk Stadium. It started to grow as the first half went on. A poor start, and Switzerland were massively on top. Had a couple of glorious chances as well, Switzerland. A good save by Eva Easton, and the crossbar denying Switzerland as well. Scotland perhaps a bit fortunate to only be 1-0 down, but had a few chances of their own. Switzerland looking to continue where they left off. It's Janina Egley, defender, the player that struck the bar right at the death of the first half in stoppage time. It's Egley forward looking for Wandeler. It will link up with her Lyon youth teammate Emily Michi. Kiara Wallen coming forward. West is across well and brought down there by Wandeler. Scotland will have the free kick over on the far side. Well, the Scotland Women's A squad, of course, in action in just under an hour. So playing Wolfsburg against Germany, beaten 4-0 at Tannadice on Friday, but we'll be hoping to try and bounce back in that one. Couple of narrow defeats, battling well in Austria and then at home to Netherlands, but a really tough start to their Nations League group in the double-header. Michael McCardle's side, as I say, though, hoping for an improved performance this afternoon. The women's under-23s as well were also in action this last week or so in Spain. They played Denmark on Thursday. They were beaten 3-1, but then faced Portugal on Sunday, who were beaten 4-0 by France on the Thursday. It's 0-0 in that one, but Scotland beating the Portuguese on penalties. A fantastic result for the 23s out in Spain. Switzerland still controlling the early stages of this second half. Forrest clips one forward, looking for Connolly Jackson down the left. He was up against Wallen, but it was good defending. Forward come the Swiss again, this time through Leila Egley. Great interception though by Moran. Scotland will win the throw. Well, these nations last met at under-19 level way back in October 2022. Switzerland won 3-0 that day. Hayley Adams, Kenzie Weir, Jodie McCleary were all in that squad. There was also a 0-0 draw back in February 2019. Mickey McAloney, Jamie Lee Napier, Jenna Clark and Lauren Davidson were in the squad. Two of those starting for Scotland against Germany. Last time, of course, the A squad met Switzerland was a 2019 World Cup qualifier back in August 2018. Scotland were victorious, winning that one 2-1 with goals from Erin Cuthbert and Kim Little. They had lost to the Swiss in April 2018, but ended as group winners. That victory was massive in them qualifying for the 2019 World Cup. 21 points to Switzerland's 19 in order to qualify. But this under-19 side currently second best to Switzerland, who are looking to double their lead here. Free kick eventually given out on the right hand side. On will come the Swiss physios. I think it might be Chiara Wallen that's down over on the far side. Scotland looked to have defended the cross rather well. We'll just see it again here. It was the throw-in. It wasn't Wallen actually, it was Leila Egley who's down. That could be a concern. One of the star players in this side, Egley. He's had a terrific rise in senior football, already playing for senior football in Germany with Freiburg, who she moved to in January last year. 12 Bundesliga appearances this season, and as I mentioned, has been in the A squad on a few occasions on the bench in September 2023 at 16 years of age, and then capped in a friendly in February 2024 at 17, also making her Champions League debut at just 15 years of age for Zurich. The Swiss now with a chance to whip the ball in. Doesn't beat Greenwood though, who got enough on it to hook it away. Gray clears. Janina Egley battling with Lisa Forrest. Now Emma Egley for Mechi. Nice footwork, beating Gray. Georgia Gray on it back well. Great in her 1v1 duels against Spain and Czechia, and on fine form again there. There's Egley back to Mechi now. Birgir Menler created the opening goal. Going to drop now, and Eva Easton will let it run. I think deflected though behind, perhaps for the corner. It's Emily Mechi trying her luck. Two goals for Emily Mechi in the round one qualifiers against Azerbaijan and Cyprus. Dangerous delivery right to the back post, looking for Emma Egley, who was arriving late. Scotland can regroup now with this goal kick, and we will see in a moment or so a couple of changes as Georgia Gray is fouled by Mechi. Mason Clark and Sophie Townsley are about to come on for Scotland.
Double substitution for Scotland, coming off at number 16, Lucy Burns.
Lucy Burns to make way.
Mason Clark. And also coming off is number 14, Amelia Aldroyd, replaced by number 7, Sophie Townsley.
And Aldroyd also off. And Gary Doctor has played his first hand of the afternoon. Sophie Townsley looks like she'll go out to the left hand side there. Lisa Forrest through the middle, Mason Clark out on the right. Clark, who started the first two games, Townsley came on to great effect against Czechia as well. Mason Clark with an assist on the opening day against Czechia. Here's West into Chomchuk now. Forrest. Great challenge by Ella West, and well, it looked to be there's a yellow card out from the referee. Degir Menler it is that's down. Looked like she'd won the ball there. Initially wasn't given by French referee, but on second look, a free kick given and a yellow card shown. Frustration for Scotland as they looked to have broken forward after West had won the ball so well. It was great away by Finney. She wants the free kick. Having quite the battle now with Emily Mechi. Egley for Camber. Also capped by Switzerland at senior level. Actually beaten in the cup final a couple of weeks ago, Leah Camber's Basel side, and on the winning team none other than her teammate in the centre of midfield, Degir Menler. Played for Zurich, featuring off the bench in that final. 8 appearances in the top flight for her this season. Scotland look to try and win it back high up the pitch. Townsley and Forrest looking to cause problems. Great ball that from Leela Egley, looking in behind for Ragusa. Cut to Leela Wanderler, and Switzerland have a second, and it is the substitute who's come off the bench with aplomb. Ragusa again helping provide down that right hand side. That's a lovely finish by the Lyon striker. Eva Easton with no chance, and Switzerland double their leads. Melissa Keller's opener
Goal number 2 for Switzerland.
now added to by her replacement, Leela Wanderler. And Scotland have it all to do with just over half an hour to play. Greenwood knocks it long, looking for Townsley to get on the ends of it, and Scotland win the throw. Though perhaps just a bit of frustration. Fantastic start here from Scotland in this group at Broadwood. 4-0 win against Czechia, but they'll be disappointed with the performance against Spain, albeit Spain fantastic at this level. They haven't really got going this afternoon against Switzerland, who've deservedly just doubled their lead and look like they are going to finish second unless Scotland can come back. Remember, they only need a point if they are to draw. The head-to-head records, of course, goes without saying will be the same, but Scotland's goal difference would be superior if they are to come back and grab a point from this one. Georgia Gray into the feet of Lisa Forrest, who did very well to hold the ball up using her strength and physicality. Of course, football running in her family, with brothers James and Alan playing in the Scottish Premiership as well for Celtic and Hearts. Lisa Forrest thriving in the women's game as well for Glasgow City. Big game for them coming up on Sunday also. In what's a really fascinating SWPL title race. Clipped forward from Bart. Gray back now for Eva Easton, clipped forward. Should be dealt with now by Muratovic and Iz. Switzerland so calm on the ball. Camber finding Egley. Scotland win it back. Maddie Finney just taking a sore one there. Now Mechi for Degir Menla. Maddie Finney up quickly, recovering well and putting the ball behind for the throw. It's just important for Scotland now to not lose the heads, as Emily Mechi trying her luck. Lovely run and showing her quality, why she was taken to Lyon in the summer at just 17 years of age. Trying to bend on into that far corner, but just narrowly wide, and you'll now see a triple change from Switzerland. Leah Camber going to make way, as is Emma Egley
Substitution for Switzerland. Players coming off are
and
number
Janina
2,
Egley.
number 4, Emma Egley, and number 6, Leah Camber. They've been replaced by number 13, Joanna De Souza, number 15, Andrea Yagi, and number 20, Malin Kellenberger.
So the changes for Switzerland. Andrea Yagi is on. As is Manon Kellenberger of St Gallen. Andrea Yagi playing her football for FC Aarau. And also Joanna De Souza has come on the left side of the defence. She plays her football with Basel in the youth academy, though no debut yet. But again, part of that under-17 side. We got to the Euros semi-final in Estonia in 2023. Proving that this age group, they really do belong in League 8. They strutted their stuff this afternoon after promotion from League B in the last run of fixtures, winning 8-0, 3-0 and 2-0. No goals conceded in that group. And then they'll be hoping for a couple of clean sheets, having beaten Czechia and currently leading 2-0 here at the Falkirk Stadium. There's still plenty of time left for Scotland to try and mount a fight back. Scotland will be remaining in League 8 for the 2026 qualifiers that start at the end of this year, the first round anyway, usually taking place around October, November time. Both of these sides will be in that League 8, with Czechia being relegated after 3 losses from 3. They're currently 3-0 down to Spain. We're beaten 4-0 by Scotland, and Switzerland were 1-0 winners against them as well. Just a slack pass there. As I say, been the story really of the afternoon for the Scots. Connolly Jackson, there's first few touches for Andrea Yagi. Forrest takes it down very well. Lisa Forrest just looking for Greenwood. Tries the challenge, but Switzerland clear it well. Scotland can come forward again now with Georgia Gray. Looking for the run there of Mason Clark, but Michi not giving up and gets the better of Gray. Here is Michi combining with her Leon teammate. Good block in the end as Leila Wandeler was denied the cutback. Egley running the corner. Egley's ball. Looking for Muratovic at the far post. And then the strike from D'Souza was straight at Eva Easton, but here's Leila Egley bursting forward. That looks a sore one for Lisa Forrest, who's not one to stay down. We're back up on her feet straight away. Now Scotland with a couple of changes in the offing.
For Scotland coming off is number 10 Eloise Moran, being replaced by number 19 Lucy Barclay.
So Lucy Barclay
and also coming off is number 17
and Abigail Tobin are about to come on. Olivia Chomchuk and Eloise Moran are those being replaced as Gary Doctor makes another double change. Tobin just gives away the free kick. D'Souza for Michi. Now looking for Leila Egley. Nice footwork to take it beyond Barclay, but well defended in the end. That goes behind for the goal kick. Connolly Jackson does well to win the throw, looking for the break with Clark and Forrest forward. Held up by Lisa Forrest. She's done that well this afternoon. The absence of Laura Berry has been felt though by this under-19 side. Berry at 17 leads the line so well, but in the stand for this one. Not quite sure if it's perhaps down to injury. In fact, it's a suspension for Laura Berry. It's the reason she's missing from this one. 2 yellow cards collected in the opening 2 matches against Czechia and Spain. Scotland down the left through Tobin. Dangerous looking ball, but as she's done all afternoon, Lorena Bart, as calm as you like, composed goalkeeping. As Michi just gave it away. Here's Tobin again. Right now to Fallon Connolly-Jackson. Great footwork, and Abigail Tobin's continued their run. Good challenge though from Wallen out on the right hand side. Tobin, chance to deliver. Clark's in there, as is Townsley. Just couldn't get her head to it. Townsley looking for Gray though, and wins the throw. Throws it quickly to Georgia Gray. Great interception now. Mason Clark. Back to Townsley. Lovely 1-2. There's Clark. Will win the corner. Much better from Scotland. A chance now from this corner kick. Well, Lucy Barclay has gone short here. Connolly-Jackson picks her out. Nice touch from Barclay to set up the cross. Not a bad delivery. But once again, Scotland trying to get back into this one. Forrest did well to keep her in. She couldn't create anything. Great touch from Connolly-Jackson, the left-sided defender. Finds Tobin. Behind for the goal kick. Andrea Yagi turns 18 on Thursday. Perhaps an early birthday present for her. Plays for FC Aura. Wandeler. Lovely play finding Kiara Wallen. Now Wandeler. Great strength shown up against Finney. The cut back there. Looking for Kellenberger. She'll have the effort. Eva Easton backtracking. Plucks it out of the air. Good stop by the Glasgow City goalkeeper. Her teammate Lee Gibson, of course, in action for Scotland in a few moments' time. Around 50 minutes they'll kick off as the women's A squad are in Wolfsburg to face Germany in their 4th match of the UEFA Nations League. Lovely ball through, looking for Leela Egley. This could be 3. It is. Easton unable to deny Egley this time. After a fantastic stop in the first half, Leela Egley does have her goal this afternoon. There are fantastic play, has thoroughly deserved, and the Freiburg forward has put this one beyond doubt. Switzerland 3, Scotland 0.
The score number 7, Leela Egley.
Switzerland have been ruthless in this second half. Only really a couple of chances, but they've learnt their lessons from the few missed chances in the first half. Egley denied by Easton, but that time making no mistake. And here comes Leela Wandeler now, looking to add to it. What an effort from the Lyon striker, and Easton can't keep it out. That is sublime, and it's a second of the afternoon for her. Switzerland running away with it. Scotland 4 down. It was the same result against Spain. Things going from bad to worse for Scotland this afternoon. Leela Wandeler with a wand of a right foot there, right into the top corner. And Switzerland have run away with it in the end. It'll only mean second place for them, with Spain running away with the group. 3 wins from 3 for them, but Switzerland with a fantastic showing in these last 2 games, beating Czechia 1-0 and thoroughly been the better side against Scotland this afternoon. Looks like we're perhaps going to see a 5th and final change for Scotland, an injury over on the far side. I think it's Fallon Connolly-Jackson that went down. That's not good news for Scotland, albeit this is the 3rd and final game of this camp, but You would hope it's not a long-term injury for the Sheffield United defender. He's had a terrific campaign in these 3 matches, particularly, of course, that double she scored against Czechia in the opening match day. Scotland won 4-0. That'll be the positives to take from this run of 3 fixtures. They have preserved their League A status really with that win against Czechia. Spain a class above, and Switzerland this afternoon, it has to be said, have looked a class above as well. So Connolly-Jackson is replaced by Aberdeen's Amy Black. Aberdeen in fantastic form in the SWPL, finished in the bottom 6 but looking to finish at the top of that in 7th position. 20 appearances for the Dons this season for Amy Black, and some experience coming off the bench. Switzerland have just been too much really. Likes of Lisa Forrest are playing at top level in SWPL for Scotland, but you've got a few players on the books of French champions Lyon here for Switzerland. Leila Egley playing in the German Bundesliga as well, and they've really been the difference in this one. Yagi forward. Wandeler, who's of course on a hat-trick. Just beaten there by Maddie Finney. So just under 10 minutes to play. Switzerland 4, Scotland 0. They've been so clinical in this second 45 of Anne Poschert's side. 39-year-old German's had a really interesting career. Former sports science student, but went on to manage the women's side of FC Karl Zeiss Jena at under-9 level to the under-17s, then went on to manage at first team level as well, guiding the first team to the Bundesliga. And she was appointed in September 2024, and she'll be delighted with these last couple of games. Defeat to Spain, they nearly got to half time at 0-0, conceding a late first half goal, but she has made the final change of the afternoon, and a well deserved round of applause for Emily Michi, the Lyon midfielder who's replaced in the middle of the park by Nevia Stub. Stub, who started the 2 previous matches against Spain and Czechia. 17 appearances for bottom of the top flight Rapsfjord Jona. Scored in round 1 qualifying against Azerbaijan. Greenwood finding substitute Black. Barclay for Finney. Well, it's been much more of an even contest in this one than it was against Spain. Switzerland have looked, of course, the better side and deservedly in front. Scotland may feel that 4-0 is a little harsh, but certainly wasn't against Spain with Eva Easton keeping the score down. But Scotland will feel in this one, unlike against Spain, that they can perhaps end on a positive with the chance to get a goal of their own perhaps. They've had a few chances in this game, albeit Lorena Barth has been so assured in the Swiss goal. given away by Barton. Mason Clark just closed down immediately. Egley now trying to switch play. Great control by West, and Finney now under pressure. Switzerland being relentless here. Not letting up at 4-0. It's Egley. Stube for Wanderler. Well won back by Brodie Greenwood. Heasden just trying to find Black, but pass is wayward. There's Wanderler. Clips it into the box, but comfortable for Easton, who'll go long this time, looking for Forrest. Wallen winning the header. Well, no surprise to see Spain continuing where they left off against both Switzerland and Scotland. 3-0 win against the Swiss, a 4-0 win at Kirkintilloch on Saturday, and well, 8 goals to the good now against Czechia, who've had a real torrid time of it in this group. Switzerland only managing to beat them 1-0. They have made up for it here though with a 4-0 victory as it stands against Scotland, but yeah, as I say, Spain tremendous, and I'm sure they'll go into the Summers tournament as one of the favourites after qualifying with ease in the end. 15 goals scored, none conceded against Switzerland, Scotland and Czechia. Georgia Gray launches one forward looking for Townsley. Muratovic was there as she's been all afternoon. Finney battling with Egley. Muratovic, as I say, he's been very impressive playing her football with Servette. He won the league last year in Switzerland. Nina Muratovic has played 10 appearances. He's played 10 times in the Swiss top flight, 4 in the Champions League as well this season. So again, just highlighting a lot of these Swiss players doing some brilliant stuff at club level in the senior game at some really top clubs. Just an injury now, which isn't nice to see as the clock runs down. A couple of minutes left. Not ideal for Scotland, especially as they made all 5 subs. But looking toward the end of the season now for these players at club level. They'll be hopeful that no serious injuries are picked up, and well, that's not good news, I think, perhaps. Heard a stretcher maybe needed there. And here we are, seeing one of these goals again. This one probably the pick of the bunch from Leila Wanderler. It's been excellent off the bench 2 goals for her this afternoon as a half-time sub, replacing Alyssa Keller, who got the opener. And there we see stretcher is going to be required here now. Bit of a sad end to this afternoon's match. Scotland well beaten in the end, but never nice to see at any score. The players down. And it looks like it's Amy Black of Aberdeen who's just come on the park in the last 5 or 10 minutes. And that'll be a frustrating one for the Aberdeen defender. And we hope that she'll be okay.
There will be a minimum of 7 minutes of additional time to be played. 7 minutes of additional time.
Well, 7 minutes will be added. Scotland just gather in the centre circle, trying to perhaps rally forward in injury time, try and end the camp on a positive with a goal. Must be said, there has been a fairly positive camp despite these 2 4-0 defeats. Switzerland and Spain looking like they've been a class above, though, but Scotland with a 4-0 win themselves against Czechia, they will retain that League A status. As they did back in October and November and December as well. Finished 3rd in that round 1 group in League A, which took place in Hungary. And they're going to finish 3rd again. Slightly worse off in terms of points, 6 points after their 2 wins against Sweden and Hungary in November. With just the 1 victory this time out. Certainly a promising young side here. A few of them may be going on to perhaps play at a higher level. Lisa Forrest just turned 19 the other day. Georgia Gray is 19 years of age as well. There is the end, sadly, of the afternoon for Amy Black, who's plodded off. The young Aberdeen defender. He looks in a lot of pain. We hope that she'll be okay. So here we go, long from Ella West. Forward comes Lucy Barclay, and Scotland now playing with 10 men. It's Georgia Gray. Just losing out, Leela Wandeler. Looking to take advantage of the extra player. Well intercepted there by Abigail Tobin. Clips forward looking for Clark. Just right at the Motherwell player. Ratovic finding D'Souza. And Anne Poshert down on the touchline, wanting a bit more from her side. Not happy with just the 4 goals, I don't think. Switzerland have been terrific this afternoon. I'm sure she will be delighted. Just wanting a bit more width to try and, as I say, take advantage of the extra player. Georgia Gray heading back there to West. Gellenberg couldn't get there. Leela Egley battling with Georgia Gray. Gray doing well again in that 1v1 battle. Leela Egley. Who's added to her fine form this season. The Freiburg forward. I'm sure will go on to get many more caps for her country. Free kick given there in midfield. As well, I mentioned that under-17 side that Egley was a part of. A lot of these players, 9 in total from the squad, featuring in the 2023 under-17s finals. Part of that side as well, Barcelona midfielder Sydney Schertenleib. Now plays for the Barcelona first team, a regular for the Swiss A squad, so a player that actually at 18 could play at this age group. Sure there will be a few in this Switzerland side that will go on to follow in her footsteps. Leela Egley and Leah Camber already have in terms of playing for the A squad, but the likes of Leila Wandeler of Lyon, I'm sure won't be far off playing for the first team at Lyon. She's already made her debut last year for the league winners. And a frequent scorer as well at under-17 and under-19 level, as Switzerland come forward there with Wallen, but possession just given away. This game, the game kind of fizzling out now. Bit of a sour end with the unfortunate injury to Amy Black, who was sadly stretchered off. Again, we wish her well. But Scotland well beaten in the end this afternoon. They'll have a late corner. A chance to flood the box, albeit with only 10 on the pitch. Tobin's ball. Ella West was up with a header. That looked like the chance for Scotland, but Sunderland centre back just couldn't connect with it. Now forward come the Swiss on the break. It was Wandeler doing well, and now defender Andrea Yagi bursting forward, but tracking back so well was Lisa Forrest there. And now right up the other end in the last few moments of this game. Swiss will have a corner. Scotland looking to defend. Clipped into the box. It's going to come all the way across for Muratovic, who keeps it alive, and Lisa Forrest in the 98th minute with a sprint across her box there to close it down. Great work, great showing by the Glasgow City attacker. Clipped in again, and West is there to clear. It's only as far as Leela Egley, who'll be keen for another goal. De Souza back to Egley. Clips one in, Maeve Easton claims, and well, that should be the end of things. Finney. And that is full time. Unfortunate end for Scotland after such a promising start. 4-0 win over Czechia on the opening match day, but it's back-to-back 4-0 defeats now against Spain and Switzerland, but two opponents just looking a class above. The Swiss running riot in the end this afternoon. Alyssa Keller opening the scoring. Leila Wandler off the bench with a double, and Leila Egley, who was on fine form this afternoon, adding a fourth. It's finished here at the Falkirk Stadium. Switzerland 4, Scotland 0. We'll just show you some highlights of the game. Spain will run out as group winners, but Switzerland will take second place from Scotland. Both of these sides though retaining their League A status. Here was the opening goal, some nice work down the right from Ragusa, and then it was Demir Genler. Great ball across, and was tapped in by Keller. Well, then this was nice play by Leila Egley, cutting it back, and Wanderer of Lyon with a fantastic finish that Eva Easton couldn't do anything about, showing her ability there with the weaker left foot. We'll see what she could do with her right in a moment or so, but here was the third. Leila Egley this time getting the better of Easton, who denied her in the first half with a fantastic stop, and that was the third. That put it beyond doubt as Scotland looked like they were maybe coming back into the game, but that was the third, and this the fourth, the pick of the bunch. We saw a fantastic solo goal by Laura Berry against Czechia, but this was straight out of the top drawer by Leila Wanderer. A rocket from the Lyon striker, eased in with no chance, and that sealed the 3 points for Switzerland. It's been a couple of lessons for Scotland in the last two matches, but a fantastic opener as they were 4-0 winners against Czechia. Sure, they'll go again under Gary Doctor's leadership, but their UEFA Women's Under-19s Euro campaign is over. Switzerland will finish in second, Scotland in third. They do retain their League A status, and they'll be back again in around October, November time. It's finished here at the Falkirk Stadium. Switzerland 4, Scotland 0.